Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. I've done quite a few videos about watches. I mean, they're part of the James Bond lifestyle, but I happen to collect them. I appreciate them. A lot of you out there either have the watch of your dreams or you're on the journey of collecting them. And well, part of that collecting of watches, whether they be James Bond or any watches, is proper storage or display. And it's an important factor because I've talked about the consideration of which watch to wear. I'm so glad I got that out in one take. But which watch to wear usually comes in the form of looking at the survey of watches if you have multiple watches, and in an organized fashion, understanding which one to choose for either the environment you're going to bring to the table, to the day, or the event that you're going to be a part of, possibly what you're wearing. For example, right now, wrist roll. I'm wearing my Quantum of Solace 42 millimeter Planet Ocean with a nice cashmere cardigan. Happens to be Ralph Lauren, of all things. Billy Reed cashmere top. I'm kind of in a casual Bond type mode. It's nothing from the movies, but this fits the bill. I had to go to where my watches are, take a look at them, survey them in an organized fashion, and take a look at that. They are in a storage case. So this video is all about that, the storage and transport of watches, which is an incredibly important topic. Here to help me is our good friends from Analog Shift. You know Analog Shift, they've been in a few other videos, including our holiday video from last year, and they are fantastic. They're based in New York City, but they are truly the purveyors, surveyors, and collectors of many fine artifacts, not just watches, but watch accessories, watch gifts, and yes, watch storage. And I'm going to show you some of the pieces just for consideration because I think they really do act as the epitome of this forum. So first of all, we're not going to even slow down. We're just going to go right to that. I have, as you can see right here, a 10 watch holder wrapped in leather. You can see it's got the Analog Shift emblem. It's made by Wolf. What I loved about this is these types of watch storage pieces harken back to the 50s and 60s where you had this motorsport kind of decor going around this fine blue navy leather. You've got this latch right here, and as you open it up, you have a wonderful suede area that you can hold your watches. I'm demoing one right now. It happens to be the Rolex watch, the no date one that I purchased as kind of a nod to Connery as well as Roger Moore in Live and Let Die, but it really shows off the fact that for me, this is really important. Having an open case so you can see the watches, if you are choosing your watch and different watches on a daily basis, is pretty vital. Just a couple stats on this. It's got a suede bottom so it doesn't hurt your dresser. I have this on one of my credenzas. What the heck is a credenza? I don't know. My wife says it's a credenza, not a dresser. And well, there it sits. And I am able to then take a look at all my watches, choose the correct one. But at the same time, these should be a reflection of your style. And yes, the Bond style. So because of this auto sport and fine leather that's surrounding it and this gray suede, it has a lot of the colorings that James Bond loves. The sort of steely DB5 gray, the blue navy that he wears in a lot of his suits. And check this out. You see this? Sort of the hydraulics? Watch this. It's got one of these, slow close lids. It's not going to come crashing down. And if you're like me and you get up earlier than your spouse and you're not trying to make a lot of noise, this is as sleek and as quiet as James Bond in Thunderball. You get the reference. You may be saying to yourself, I'm a little bit more subtle, and yet a maverick. I need something that's going to pop, but I'm not looking for that glass case. I need something enclosed. Now, during the 1950s and 1960s, a lot of watch organizers or watch holders. They were like jewelry boxes. Truly, they were enclosed. They either had leather or a vegan leather, as we call it today. And so I'd like to show you this next one, which to me, the gold and the red has a more, I'll say, vintagey type look. To me, this harkens back to a more Roger Moore. You would see this in some of his films, as well as Sean Connery. This looks like, if the previous one looked a little bit more Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, this smacks of Sean Connery and Roger Moore. It's something you would almost see in the back of one of their movies. Maybe you wouldn't see them go for a watch, but you could see this type of beautiful box. Again, you've got this vegan leather here. You've got the striations on the top. You've got the gold going around it, and you've got the felted bottom. So truly, this looks like a jewelry case. It looks like an accessory case. But you press the magic button, da 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 da, and inside, I like the fact that Analog Shift has some very subtle logos on the inside lid, but there it is. Now these, what I like about this is it's very simple. Again, you may be in the dark putting your watches in or taking a look at them. You need something that pops out very easily. These nestle in almost like a gravitational way. They're on these silver rockers. And what makes that nice is you can actually see the watch from different angles, but it goes in and out in a very simple way. And you can see I've, again, put my Rolex in there to show it off. This has the same, watch for it, slow closing hinge. I love that. That's extremely satisfying and very quiet. And then it closes up. The watch itself is an investment. Why on earth wouldn't the place that you rest, the place that they sleep until the next time they're worn, why wouldn't it also look as good? You know, it needs to be an extension. You can keep it in its box, but then you have multiple stacks of watch boxes. And that can be very hard to take out. You got to take them out of the cardboard. You got to, watch for things falling. And then you open another box, and then you have stacks of individual boxes. That never looks good. One box to rule them all. And this is, again, a 10 watch piece. What about for your bedside table, though? The catch-alls, if you will, the trays. We have an answer for that. Now, if you're not picking up on a very obvious theme, it is to be organized. You have your phone, that helps you to be organized. You have your calendar to help you be organized. Why on earth wouldn't you be more organized with your accessories? I mean, that's a very Bond lifestyle thing to do that. So I want to show you what Analog Shift has in this regard. So this is part of their motorsport line. You're going to notice the checkered flag like before in the box, but in this case, they've taken the vegan leather and they've made it into a tray. Again, you've got that micro suede bottom going on, that subtle logo. And in here, you can either put your watch by your bedside stand, or you could put straps in here. What did I do? I put my Montegrappa. This is my 007 Goldfinger pen that I reviewed during the holiday video, and I like to write with it. It's just a great writing instrument, but I want it close at hand. I want it so if I have an idea in the middle of the night, I could write something down. People do make notes and to-dos, and I love the fact that, what have I done here? Well, I just slip it in here and it's by my bedside stand. This is also great for the desk. And if you know anything about a desk, whether it's your home office desk or your desk in your corporate office, everything on your desk is a representation of you. I mean, how many times did we study Bond's home in Jamaica in No Time to Die? Every little book that he looked at, every cologne, everything. So the reason is that what you collect and how you collect and how you perform in your daily routines, your everyday carry, if you will, has a lot to do with your personality, and it's a bit of a calling card of who you are. And a different configuration, something a little bit larger, you've got this in red. And again, it matches very similar fashion to the 10-watch box. Again, you could put straps, pens, AirPods, what have you. It's just a nice catch-all. It's an organized way to do this. A lot of people either look into having these or do have these, but it's a great and subtle way to do it. And if you have that go-to watch in the morning, you can actually take it out of your watch box, set it up for the morning, and put it onto your tray. It's nice and padded. Yeah, does the trick. You may be just starting out in your collection and you're like, you know what, the trays are great, the large boxes are great. I need something smaller and a little bit more subtle. I wanted to show this one off to you. It's a great piece that has a little bit more of a natural look. And I'm thinking like Jamaica, the Caribbean. It's got cork and it's got this great green twill. It's almost like this army twill interior, but the cork just has a different element all to it. A little bit more subtle, again, with the cork bottom, but perfect for 5 watches in a row. So we're moving from home or office storage, and now we've got to talk about travel. So you're on the go, and many of us love to bring multiple watches on vacation. Why not? You have multiple shirts, multiple trousers, but you want to do it, again, in a very organized but also safe way. So Analog Shift came up with this. This is sort of like a roll stack type of aspect, but when we open it up, and again, the details on this are wonderful, beautiful leather, but then you have this incredibly soft interior to put multiple watches and tools. What I like about this is very Bond, and again, harkens back from sort of a different era where things were a little bit more subtle. You could just roll it up, but it is compact. It's not this big piece of real estate in your luggage. It goes to that small. However, let's say you're, well, not only are you a person on the go, but you're a person that has quite a few watches. You may want to invest in this. Now, this is a different level. Think Rick O'Connell from The Mummy type of rucksack. And when we open it, I mean, this is... yeah, if you have this many watches, you may want to invest in a bodyguard if you're traveling with them. But some of us actually will go to, for example, Gatherall with our multiple watches to show them off. This is a really nice, compact, subtle way to bring those multiple watches with you, again, in a safe manner. And look at the real estate. Relatively small, but a lot of watches fit in there. So, loving that. But then you're saying, you know, I need something a little bit more Bond-like. I need something with sort of a gadget atmosphere. And, well, I need it to be a statement piece because that's just how I work. You're going to get a kick out of this. In this box, let me take this out. What's in the box? What's in the box? You're going to see what's in the box. All right, in here, we've got... well, we've got some space age, a space age blanket, but this is very appropriate because in here we have a moonshot. And you're like, did you say moonshine or moonshot? I said moonshot. Let me show you what this is. This is the Analog Shift travel tube. And as you can see, it looks very similar to something like you might see NASA. You know, but it is an homage, an ode, a doff of the hat, if you will, to well, to the moon landing and the space age in the 1960s. And it has that kind of look and feel. It's svelte, it's sleek, but really powerful. So let me take out some of the protective coating. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here we go. Look at that blue on the inside. I mean, this just smacks of astronaut. These watch guards, they move all around. This is a micro suede inside. You can't feel on YouTube yet, but this thing is really soft. The pebbled leather is extremely durable, high grain. And what I love about this is a Q gadget. You're like, what are you talking about, David? Let me show you something. So if you take out the inner tube, like I just did, all right? If you take out the inner tube, inside here, And this is one that's wrapped, so let me take off the wrapping because I want to, this is important. Because I know so many of you are like me that you travel with your watch tools, you know, pins fall out, things happen. Maybe you're bringing multiple straps and you want to bring a change of all of that. Well, this inner tube opens up and it has a secret compartment. Not secret to you, but you can hold tools in there, pins, extra straps, etc. And then it just goes back in here, goes back in, and you forget it's there. So cool. Now, not to be undone, we've got one that, I have to show you the variety here. So much fun. This is like, it's like gifting time. So they have one that is a nod to the Pan Am symbol. What is very cool about this is this sort of has a Spy Who Loves Me type of feel, like when Q sees Bond. And again, you've got that same beautiful suede interior. The watch guards that move back and forth. You can have multiple watches in there, but it's all protected in this hard leather with that secret case. Hold on, wait for it, wait for it. We have another one. I know. What's it going to be? Any guesses? No? One more guess. Yeah. No. 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 This is what it is. This is a very unique one. Whereas the others were round, this has got this beautiful green hexagon. And this is that British racing kind of M-like, very Bond looking green. Look at this. Beautiful. Ooh, very soft. It's got that micro suede, and of course it still has the hidden Q gadget like they all do. So your travel needs are taken care of, your storage needs are taken care of. This is an important part of how we connect to our watches and our accessories. So there is probably an inordinate amount of time, focus, and appreciation that we take in our watches, in our clothing, in our shoes, in our boots, all these things, and they all have a place where they go when we're not utilizing them. Why wouldn't we do the same thing for our watches? Why wouldn't we take all the care and thought and appreciation in doing that? And that's exactly what Analog Shift thought of when creating these pieces. So I'll leave the link below on how you can get in touch with them. And don't forget, they can also find some incredible watches for you. Yeah, they do that. In the meantime, I'm going to pick up the pieces here. And who knows, maybe I'll even run a little contest with one of these, so you can actually have one as well as part of a contest. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience, and we'll see you all real soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching the Bond Experience. If you like what you saw, why don't you subscribe to the channel by clicking this button right here. We'll keep you up on everything new that's happening in the world of Bond. And speaking of something new, here's something new just for you because we know you so well. Talk to you soon.